education IT. I was recently director of the technology for Australian Paramedical College. That's the biggest paramedical college of Australia. I've been working there for 4 years. I have resigned this August, but I'm still doing some consulting work for them. And I also have founded a software developing company where I work as a solution architect. Infinity ICT Solutions. At the moment, we have 5 developers. We have 1 Scrum Master, 1 project manager, and 1 designer. Some of them are actually our students. One of them is actually one of my best developers is one of our students. And why I chose IT and why I chose education, I believe the combination between both of them gonna give us the freedom to do whatever you wanna, anywhere we wanna, and to which industry I wanna. So if I wanna study, if I apply my information technology information together, my knowledge within IT together, I'm sure I'm gonna be successful anywhere in the world. And that's where Mindroom Innovation came over. Okay, so a little bit understanding about what is the Diploma of Information Technology, what is vocational education training, and the difference between VET courses and higher education courses, okay? So the VET courses, they are way more hands-on, way more practice, okay? It means the student's gonna do more practice assessments and more practice work than actually they're gonna do in higher education. Higher education is more academic, it's more about research and more about understanding the market and a lot about critical thinking, where we are more about, we do have critical thinking units, but we are more about, hey, that's the work need to be done, that's how you do the work. And the trainer goes with the student all over their learning experience. So they're not something that they just need to research, they need to learn themselves, but they actually have a trainer hold their hands throughout the entire course, okay? The Diploma Information Technology, if you go to train.gov.au, that's this site here that's come from ASQA. Over there, we have the package rules, okay? So based for all the Diploma Information Technology courses in Australia that are the same code, this code here, 50220, they have 20 units in total. Okay, out of those 20 units, 6 units are core units. So it means all those 6 units are going to be the same units for every single Diploma Information Technology in any college in Australia. The other 14 units, they're going to be elective by the RTO, by the training provider. Some students, they think they can choose the elective units. It doesn't work like that. We create a package and we tell we have something called training assessment strategy. That's the strategy we believe those units are going to be worth for the students to learn. And from those units, we believe that's going to be a successful pathway for them to be specialized in some area, okay? And together with this, we have chosen some different packages here. We have chosen the backend, the web development specialization, the front-end web development specialization. So we have 2 specializations inside one course. We have the data and data management specialization, and we have the business analysis specialization. So inside of train.gov.au, you have all the rules that you need to choose, and you need to choose some units from different specialization. You can even mix. I could choose 2 units from this specialization, 2 units from this one, 2 units from this one, 2 units from this one. But if I have chose to do that, this course would be a little bit too over the space. The student would not be specialized in some area. That's where Mindroom Innovation comes different than most other training organizations. We have 3 different specializations, and the units select for those specializations are unique and have everything to do with those 3. Okay, so when you're looking at other RTOs offering Diploma Information Technology, I always recommend you look, hey, which units from the specializations are they become specialized in something? And why that's so important? One, it does help you to create the GT ladder for the student, because if you have a specialization, if a student, they have a bachelor's degree in information technology from any university in the world, a bachelor's degree is never going to be specialized in some specific area, okay? So they can do further studies into a specialization. What makes much sense? For example, I have a bachelor's degree in information technology from Brazil. I came to Australia and I started doing my diploma with front and back end development specialization because I haven't learned those specific skills inside my university back in, no, in my case, 10 years, a long time ago, almost 20 years ago. So that is the difference between the reasons why we have chosen to have three specialization groups. Okay, so those specialization groups, as I mentioned before, it's all part of the Diploma of Information Technology, but we have three different courses. And our brand, one of them is our brand new course. Okay. Why we chose those three courses? As I mentioned, I have been working in IT for a long time. I have a software development company. I was a director of technology in another company. And those three areas here, there is a huge gap in the market. There is a huge gap here in Australia. There is a huge gap anywhere in the world. After COVID, a lot of companies, they move from offline to digital world. A lot of business, they had to start doing, developing applications, web applications, websites, connecting different websites. So there where there is a lack for web developers. And it's also a profession that you don't need much to start. Anyone can start 1 year, 2 years. If they are hard work students, they study hard, they learn throughout the first year, a year and a half, they can already start doing web development as a freelance, and they can start making some money. It's not a profession that they require many years. For example, as a nurse, you need to do a first year and perhaps second year to be able to work. As a doctor, you need to do 5 years plus a specialization, maybe 7, 8 years for you to start actually working in an area. In IT, you don't need much. 1 year, 2 years course, you can already start working and start making a good money. You can actually make a profit out of that. Okay, so the web development specialization came because there is a big gap in the market for people who understand front end, back end. Front end is what we see, the user interface, user experience, how the functionalities happen in the website, and the back end is basically to store the information, process this information, connect with other websites, connect with payment gateways, do everything to store the user's data, process users' data, and retrieve any data from a database or from other applications. So the students, they learn everything to do with web development, front end, back end, and database. Okay. The second course, and that's the course that I'm more closely with, not the most. I think that's what I've been working the last few years. Although I was a director, I work a lot as a business analyst. Business analysis specialization is a course that it's a high demand. It's a great course for anyone who wants transit career. Okay, so at Mindroom Innovation, we have basically three students profile. We have the young generation, 18, 19, 20. They want to learn IT. They want to work in IT. They want to be digital nomads. They want to have a profession they can work from anywhere in the world, in any country. And out of that, they don't mind if that's going to lead them a pathway to stay in Australia. That's what we feel. They want something they will learn. They're going to gain that knowledge. They're going to gain that knowledge, the skill, and they're going to move forward. So most of those students, they are choosing to study IT with us. The business analysis specialization is a great for the second cohort. Students who already have a background in another area, HR or finance or marketing or sales, and they have learned all those business process, and now they want to move into IT. So they can get that knowledge, the background, or the previous study, previous work experience, and move that knowledge into IT. So that's where business analysis specialization fits perfectly for those students, for this cohort, because they're not going to lose years of experience, years of study, but they can bring that information together. So basically, for example, let's say you are education agents. You have in a CRM system, you have Salesforce, you have HubSpot, and you want to migrate that. You want to migrate from HubSpot, you want to migrate to Salesforce. To have that done perfectly in a way that everything is going to work fine, you're going to need to hire a business analyst. Okay, a business analyst is going to be the person who's going to map out the process, understand the business process, talk to the technical team, verify the results from the technical team, test it, pass it on to the business, verify with the business side, and continue this conversation. So the business analyst is a person that's in the middle, talking to the technical team and talking to the business team. Someone who understands about the business process, someone who have a domain in a specific area of the business, such as finance, marketing, HR, so on, and someone who likes to deal with people. Talk to people is a great communicator, right? So we have a lot of those students who are moving careers from finance, marketing, studying business analysis with us because they want to start working IT. Okay. The third cohort of students are students who already work in IT, already have a bachelor's degree in IT. What do we see from this is a lot of students are from overseas. They already have done some studies in IT, but they have never actually worked much because it's too general. When they do a bachelor degree, it's too general. So they come and study with us, and that's another cohort. That's a perfect cohort because they can choose between three different specializations. Our last specialization, and that is something we launched this year to start it. The first intake is going to be the beginning of January. So this specific specialization is about data and data management specialization. During the COVID, as I mentioned, a lot of companies they move from offline to online. Everyone creates a form. Everyone has a QR code that people's gonna give the details. Everyone has a digital online marketing. Everyone has all this data being accumulated, accumulated, and accumulated. And now, what gonna do with this data? How can we use this data to leverage the information we have and to do more business, to sell more, to understand better our customers? So that's where a data developer, a data analyst, a data architect, a data modeler will come to play and start working on those organizations. The last few years, the last 3 years, I have started working deep with machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data integration. And basically, to build up machine learning model or artificial intelligence model, you need to have a big set of data, but you need to organize this data. Who does that? Data developers. Okay, people who work with data. So data has become the new gold, right? So we have oil was the black gold, and then now data is the new gold. And that's what you need to do. You need to dig this data, extract this data, transform this data, load this data. Okay, and that's exactly what those students are gonna learn in this course. So they're gonna learn everything to do with the data work: how to prepare the data, how to extract data, transform the data, create data models, create data architecture, understand the data, design a database, and of course, create dashboards and beautiful dashboards using front-end language skills to publish those dashboards in a way that the business people can understand. Okay, so those three courses are the three courses that we chose. Okay, those they're really popular. It's high demand. The salary they get, between. So, for example, here the data management specialization. That's option one. Is a 2 years. All of them they are 2-year courses. Is a lot about database, a lot about also cybersecurity, leadership, and data-driven decisions. How to support students with that. This course here is. I'm going to talk later what time it is. Sorry, the timetable for this course. But this course here, it's a course that once the students finish, or even before they finish, if they apply for a job as a data developer junior, their salaries goes between $60,000 to $80,000. So it's a really good initial salary for someone who's starting. It's a great salary. And honestly, there is almost 2,000 positions around data just in Australia at the moment on seek.com.au. We had a look yesterday to prepare for this presentation. So it is, in my opinion, is a really, really awesome course for anyone who's starting brand new, anyone who's already have an IT career and they want to move into data, and anyone who has a background experience with HR, with finance, with marketing, with sales, because they are specialized in a certain domain. If they have the data knowledge, they know how to extract the data faster and better than using Excel, right? Everyone uses Excel, and everyone that uses Excel and has, oh, you know how to do VLOOKUP, you know how to use some formulas and do it. We think that's amazing. But this one here, manipulating data with SQL skills, with the data based on data management skills, it's top of the world. Like the results you're gonna get, the speed of those results is gonna be unique, and that's gonna make their life much easier. Okay. Uh, the business analyst specialization, as I mentioned before, is something anyone who wants to become a business intelligence specialist, an information manager, someone who wants to become a IT manager or ICT project manager in the future, or even own a business. That is fantastic. As I mentioned, I worked for many years as a director or as an ICT manager, and basically that's what I was doing. I was understanding what the business needed and talking to my team, managing my team to deliver what the business needed, verify what they have delivered, certify that's the right information, pass it on to the business team, and so on. This one here at the moment, guys, this profession here for you guys to have a understanding here in Australia, they pay around $1,000 and $1,500 a day. Okay, so around $5,000 to $7,000 a week for contractors working as business analysts here in Australia. It's a high demand. There is so many opportunities anywhere in Australia, and that's something that if they already have, let's say I got a student come from Brazil. This student has been working finance for many years, and this student wants to move to IT. That's perfect, right? So because they have all this understanding of the business, and they're gonna apply that in IT. They need to study, they need to working on. And our course here is based on the BA book. Okay, so Business Analysis Book of Knowledge. That is the universal book. So that's come from US, and every big school in the world, they use that as reference. So our course is based on that. And of course, front-end and back-end developer, full stack developer, right? Someone who's gonna learn React to develop for mobile and app and web applications, Python, PHP, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and content management system. They're gonna learn everything to do with creating a full functioning website to running any device. You're gonna run a mobile, it's gonna run in a tablet, it's gonna run a computer, in Mac, in Windows, any browser. So that's what they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn how to create a full website. So they're gonna go through all the phases of website development. So they're gonna go from the scoping phase, from the designing phase, from the user scenario phase, from the development phase, from the testing phase, and from the deployment phase. So they're gonna learn from servers. They're gonna learn a lot about SQL databases. They're gonna learn a lot about how to understand customer needs, how to talk to customers, and from there they're gonna start developing websites, testing as you go, and deploying this to a server. So it covers the full domain of website development. They're going to learn everything from scratch until website is up and running. And that was, again, that's what makes us a huge difference between doing a vocational education course before doing a bachelor's degree. A bachelor's degree, they're not going to go over all those little steps. They're going to have just a full information about many little things, and then they have to choose a specialization after doing a bachelor's degree, right? So just let me hide this one here. And of course, we have those three courses. I already explained to you the reasons to study them. I explained them the difference between each one of them. And now it's time for us to why I should choose Mindroom Innovation, okay? So those three courses that we select, we didn't select them out of the blue. It didn't become a buzzword and we say, hey, let's start teaching that. It's not like, for example, we have not chosen to do cybersecurity yet, because cybersecurity is still a little bit in early phases of educational material, of education information available, and also to work in a cybersecurity here in Australia, you need to have a clearance. To have a clearance, you need to be citizen. So it comes to a lot of prior requirements that, once you finalize with us, if you go to a bachelor degree, you get your graduate visa. If you already can apply for a graduate visa before, because you have your skill assessed, that will be a little bit difficult for students to work in cybersecurity. On the other hand, working as a web developer, business analyst, and data analyst, that is easy. And you can work for any company in the world. You can work at Upwork, freelancer.com, and you can find jobs here. Okay. So why choose Mindroom Innovation? We have a diverse career opportunity. So all those courses, every course within um, technology gives them a lot of path. I may be graduating web development specialization, but you know what? I don't want to become a developer. I want to work with an agent, so I can be a director of website development, kind of like web design. So I'm going to work with the design team. I'm going to work with the development team. I understand the ins and outs of development, but I'm going to manage people. So it gives them skills they can choose in a vast career. Every time there is a new technology coming out, there is a new job opportunity. There is a new job title. There is a new position that didn't exist before. And that's the main difference within the IT professionals. They can always change careers between uh, in the same domain, same IT domain, but they can change to different careers. That's what I have done in my life. I work with networking. I started my career with networking um, engineering, right? So, but I hate have to stay in one place, testing cables, connecting cables. No, for me, this was frustrating. So I moved this to web development. I worked a few years with web development, then I moved to SAP. I work as a governance rules and compliance, creating users, profiles, and transactions for SAP. SAP is the biggest ERP in the world. From that, I work as an IT coordinator, and I move on in many different positions. It's because I had the opportunity. With IT, you have this opportunity. You can choose any career. You study a little bit, you get a certification, and you go from there. Um, Other thing is we believe in flexibility and skill enhancement. So we are really flexible in our way of learning. So we have online learning, we have face-to-face learning, we have courses, we have workshops, we have professional talks, we have industry engagement events. We have a lot of things happening in the education area that are going to enhance the students' experience, and they will gain skills faster and easier than if they have in an education environment that doesn't foster innovation, doesn't foster creativity. Okay, and IT changes as the recommendations from the big organizations such as Australian Computer Society evolve, we also evolve within our courses. We change units, we add other units, we change the assessments, we change the study pattern, and basically every year we are recreating the IT courses. Okay, there is a big change in the IT landscape at the moment. Okay, so previously, most organizations, a prior requirement to hire a professional, they need to have a bachelor's degree in IT. Okay, but a lot of people have chosen to not study bachelor's degree anymore. So Australian Computer Society is recommending Australian employers to do not require university degrees anymore. So it means if they have a diploma or if they have years experience or if they have a vendor certificate, that should be enough. So I'm in constantly conversations with ACS trying to have ACS to remove or somehow add up, a diploma of information technology plus some years experience would be enough for them to have their skill assessed, because part of ACS say, hey, employers hire people without a bachelor's degree. Then when you're going to apply for it, have your skill assessed, they say, hey, you need to have a bachelor's degree or 5-7 years experience. So it's a little bit difference between skill assessment and what they're saying. So I am talking to them now basically every week. I have meetings with them, I speak with them, I go to their events, I try to force them to, hey, let's change this and let's accept students who have diploma. If that goes through, it's another point for us, and it's good for us to do. Uh, Industry integrated knowledge. So that's the other thing. They gain a lot of experience uh, as they evolve through the course, as they learn throughout the course. They gain a lot of experience, and they also going to have a lot of exposure to the industry with the events that we run. And because I also have a software development company, every time I have an opportunity, I always try to bring the students first. That's what makes a little bit different. So we always try to be aligned with the market demand. So if there is any change in the market, we're going to change the course, we're going to change the units, we're going to always give something up to date to the students. And guys, IT community is the strongest community in the world. Okay, we have a website called Stack Overflow, where everyone put their problems there, and we help each other. In those events that we have here on the Gold Coast, we had some events with over um, 80 people. I mean, over almost, I think it was 87 people that came to the event. Was IT meetup that we organized together here in Berlin. That people came. They talk about technology. They talk about job opportunities. They talk about interview, and they continue helping each other. So it is, my opinion, is the most engaged industry professionals that I've known. No, I know engineers, I know architects, I know a lot of other professions, but the IT, we are one of the most engaged, and that is a unique environment, it's a unique opportunity for students to don't feel overwhelmed. They can share their experience, they can talk to people who are long in the industry, and use those people as mentors, perhaps, as people they're gonna look up and gonna try to follow the leads, right? Guys, this is really important. Okay, this is for a lot of agencies. They come to us, ask, hey, is your course is postgraduate? Things once the students complete the 2 years course with you, can they apply for 485 graduate visa? We had a conversation with few migration agents, okay, and basically we had some students that studied with us, they completed a 2 years course with us, but because they already had the skill assessed with ACS, Australian Computer Society, and their skill profession was positive. They study a course that is 2 years, 92 academic weeks, that is closely related to the occupation that's on the list. In their case, was system analyst, and the other one was program developer. They studied with us. One studied with us Diploma of Project Management with Diploma of Website Development. At the time, was both courses were a year and a half, and together, I think the total for him was almost 3 years. That student, he applied for the 485 visa, and he got his 45 visa granted. Okay, so so far we had few cases of students that they got the 485 visa granted because they already had their skill assessed by Australian Computer Society. Australian Computer Society, at this moment in time, they don't, if a student has no experience in IT, has never studied bachelor's degree in IT, they studied 2 years with us, they cannot apply with the 485 visa because they don't have the skill yet to be a system analyst, a data developer, data analyst, a business analyst, and so on. They don't have the skill, they don't have enough years experience or studies to have that skill assessed positive by Australian Computer Society. So for those students, what is our recommendation? To do further studies with a bachelor's degree. Okay, so they do 2 years studies with us, and with our credit linkage with few universities. Now we have a pathway agreement with University of Sunshine Coast, Southern Cross University, Torrens University, and now we are finalizing an agreement with Rift University. Students can link those credits and apply for that. We're gonna have here, so I'm not gonna go over all them, but the Diploma of Information Technology at Southern Cross University, they get 8 credits out of 24, so 33% means they don't need to do 1 year. It means a huge savings in terms of investment for them. What are the benefits, right? They're gonna save a lot of money because university is much more expensive than vocational education training. That's number one. Number two, they're gonna get a longer visa because they're gonna do 2 years with us, 2 years with the university, and they're gonna be able to apply for the 485 visa later on. So I see that as investment because once they finish the course with us, because they learn all the practical skills, if they cannot get a job part-time during the university studies, once they finish that, they have 4 years. I guarantee if they are one of our best students and they are, good students, they will get a job, getting paid 60, 70, 80, maybe even $100,000 a year. So all the investment they did with the course, they're gonna pay back in the first and the second year of of the graduate visa. If they get the graduate visa after doing the bachelor's, they pay back all this. So I see this as a cost and not as I see this as an investment, sorry, not as a cost, and that is really good. We do have the same with Torrens University for IT, so 80 credits out of 106 credits. So they're gonna do half of the Sorry, they're going to take 80 credits and going to have remaining 106, so 2 years again. And the University of Sunshine Coast is the same. So you have the business analysis specialization and web development specialization. So this one here, they're going to take up to 7 courses. They're going to have left 10 to do, and they're going to take 8 here. Sorry, they're going to have 16 left. They're going to have 17 left. Okay, so because we have different units here, but basically they're going to take 1 year out of bachelor's degree with those 3 universities here. And this is another cohort. Like, we have a lot of students, they want to do that. They want to gain the practical skills, the practical experience that the vocational education training can offer them with the diploma courses at Mindroom Innovation. And from there, they want to do further studies with the university, okay, with the bachelor's degree. These are basically the main reasons to study Diploma of IT and choose between on one of those 3 specializations. So something I always want you guys to think about: 3 cohort of students that we have. Young generation, they want a profession that gives them the freedom to work from anywhere, a skill that's going to be used here today and in the future, something that can take home if they want to go back to home country, or if they want to continue move, study, doing further studies with a bachelor's degree, they can do that with our university pathway agreements that we have. Okay. The other cohort of students is students who are transit career, right? So they are already from an area, they are over 25, 30, and they want to move into to IT in a specific area of IT. They choose that, and they can use the background experience. Okay, business analysis or data analysis, database and data management specialization. So those 2 specializations are perfect for students who want to transit career. And we have the 3 cohorts: people already in IT, people who already have a bachelor's degree back home, may have 1-2 years experience, doesn't have a lot of experience. So I'm going to give you an example, right? We have a lot of students coming from South America and Spain lately. They have completed their bachelor's degree in IT, but they only have 1-2 years experience. Okay, and this year is more support, working as a support help desk, so they don't actually have. So they are studying with us one of those 3 courses to become a specialist in one of those areas. Okay, so this is another cohort. So the 3 cohorts, that's why they choose to study with us. Within those courses here, so business analysis specialization, it is Monday and Tuesday timetable. So from 4:45 to 9, Monday and Tuesday. Diploma of IT data and database specialization, it's in another classroom we have here Monday and Tuesday. And Diploma of IT front and back end developing, we have 2 classes. Okay, we have the beginners and we have the advanced class. It's Wednesdays and Thursdays from 4:45 to 9 p.m. And then every Friday we have a support day for all those students. They come here Friday from 9 o'clock in the morning, and they can get support with our tutors. So we have tutors for each one of those. We have tutors here that can support each one of those 3 specializations. Guys, I spoke for over half an hour. So if you get any questions, now is the time to shoot those questions, please.
Very informative, Pedro. Thanks for that. I do have one question, or
Please.
maybe potentially more. You mentioned throughout the presentation that this course is 2 years long. However, Cricos shows as 146 in terms of numbers a week, which would be around 3 years. Is that something that we have to tell clients?
Should be 119 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, for some reason, not sure why, but Cricos shows 146.
Yes, it's I'm gonna have a look. I think we already applied that with Cricos. We already spoke with them 100 times to remove one of our campus in Sunshine Coast that we haven't had the campus for a long time, and that's a mistake in the website. And also, we are not 146 weeks. We're definitely 119 weeks. With Cricos, that's something really important. Any school can have, you can never have the length of the COE longer than what is in Cricos, but you can always have shorter. Okay, so that's really important. So for our courses in IT is 119 weeks. Okay, in total, we call 92 academic weeks. That is something fun because in our college, every 10 weeks of course we have 3 weeks of break. So 10 weeks of class, 3 weeks of break. So in total, you're gonna have 119 weeks. So the students gonna have 92 academic weeks and 27 holiday weeks between the course, plus their holidays at the end. So in total, actually, it's 27 months of course. So 2 years and 3 months. So if the students ask you how long is the course, it's 2 years and 3 months. I say 2 years because it's 2 years academic,
Yeah.
92 academic weeks. So that's in terms of requirements with ASQA, we are delivering 92 academic weeks. Some we chose to do that because it's not clear with ASQA if the holidays count or doesn't count. So ASQA doesn't give that clear for the school. So it's up to our interpretation to say, yes, it is part of the curriculum, or no, it's not part of the curriculum. To be safe, to ensure the safety of our students, we decide to say, hey, let's give them 92 academic weeks. So if there are breaks between, it's going to be plus. So we have 92 academic weeks plus 27 weeks of break, in total 119 weeks of course. That's going to bring it in total, I think it's 27 months in a week. I'm pretty sure. You can have a look here. I don't know why it's still, actually we already complained with them a few times about having our course there is 146 weeks, but we haven't applied for that. We always apply for 119 weeks, okay?
Yeah, we always have something that's not updated on Crackle, so it's not a big issue. I was just trying to make my head around the number. So perfect. Okay, cool.
Perfect. No, good question.
Another thing that I just want to say thank you, because it's funny how people prioritize cybersecurity these days. And you mentioned something very precise about that, and it's very known here at Migration how cybersecurity can be very tricky when it comes to permanent residency strategy. So I was just mind blown when you mentioned that they need to be citizen to get the license to work at it, the clearance. Yeah.
Yes, it's amazing. Fun. Look. The thing is, I think is cybersecurity became a buzzword, right? I've been long enough in IT to have all those buzzwords coming around. So we had the big data, right? Big data was a big thing, then now artificial intelligence. You're gonna see a year or so, it's gonna be a lot of colleges teaching artificial intelligence. What the people don't understand is to get to the level of artificial intelligence, you need to start from the beginning. You need to start from. I have seen a lot of colleges starting to teach blockchain because of the cryptocurrency. So you have apply blockchain, right? I know the guys from blockchain. I know the guys who wrote this course. It's amazing. But if you're not going to work in that specific area of IT, you're blowing your time, your budget. And there are still not many opportunities in blockchain as in the other areas of IT. What we try to give to the students is an opportunity for them to learn something they can get a job. They can definitely get a job. They can definitely find a way to use the skills they have learning in any industry. So it doesn't have to be big companies, doesn't have to be banks, doesn't have to be companies that work with blockchain. Blockchain is amazing. I'm in love for blockchain. Don't take me wrong, but the cost is to have an infrastructure that runs in blockchain is so expensive that if I graduate here in IT, possibly I will not be able to work in a blockchain company because it's a huge company and I'm a student visa. I can only work half part-time, 24 hours. Those big companies potentially not gonna hire me, but I can definitely work in a startup company. So as a business analyst, as a web developer, as a data developer, those startups, they are looking for people like me who have graduating, I have a skill, I'm not gonna get 120,000, 150, 160, $200,000 a year, and I'm willing to learn it as we go. Okay, and that's why we chose those courses carefully, because we don't want to overpromise something to students. We don't want to sell them something that is unreachable for them in 2 years. We want to give them, hey man, here's a skill set that you can take it, you can use this, you can use here in Australia, you can use anywhere in the world. a career in IT is something that starts now. And sorry, but you're never gonna stop studying. Like I tell all the students, I've been 20 years and I'm always studying, always getting certificates, always getting new courses, always learning something new. And that's the beauty about it, is you can always evolve as you go, but you can choose
Yeah.
different careers between. Okay.
Amazing.
Uh,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, again, funny how the whole department of cybersecurity is just going to a level that we can't really understand why international students are really digging into it. And I'm talking about permanent residency strategy, because
Hmm.
it's simply the information there out there is not comprehensive, it's not clear. Anyways, again, thank you for saying out loud what's in my head for a while.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for
No
mentioning that.
worries.
It's good. For me, it's really important to give the information out there. And I think, look, there are excellent courses within cybersecurity. There's excellent information out there, and I think that it's an awesome um, career to choose. It's just you need to be really realistic about where we are and where you're gonna be the next few
Yeah,
years or so.
100%. 100%.
Oh, all right, guys. Any questions? Just shoot me. I have free. I took my whole morning only for you guys, so I'm here.
I do have one. Thank you for the presentation. Sorry if I missed that because I had to pick up a call, but just in regards to the intake dates, because I've noticed you have like many different intake dates. So the students, do they start the courses in the middle of it? How does it work
That's
exactly?
a really good question. So we do have intake dates throughout the year, right?
Yeah.
So the intake date with our college is basically um, every every time there is a unit where we feel students are capable to start. Okay, so for example, I'm going to give you a really good example. Web develop, we have 3 units of database: how to create a database, how to integrate the database website, and how to design a database. Design, create, and integrate. The students can never start in the last unit. The students can only start
Mm,
in the beginning. Okay,
okay.
so throughout the year, we're going to have around 10 intakes per course. Okay, the students are always gonna they can start, let's say, in unit number 4 and go unit 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on, and finish on unit 3, but doesn't mean those units are interconnected. Okay, but we always gonna let the students to start in a moment in the course where the knowledge they're gonna learn now doesn't need a previous knowledge from the other units. Okay, uh, and because we always have, so we in our IT course we have the workshops. The workshops are the mandatory days the students need to come to class. They need to be here, and that is where they're gonna do always a review cap. They're gonna review everything they have learned in that semester, in that term, and they're gonna like have questions, speak with the trainer. They're gonna do a more like face-to-face interaction with the trainer to see, hey, I have learning, I am aware of, I am on the top of that. So students, they're always going to need to come to those workshops to do this. What makes the real difference, because if they start, let's say we're going to have students here, they are finishing the course, and students who are starting the course. For the web development course, we separate them. We have them the advanced class and the beginnings class. Okay. For the other courses there, the business analysis and future the data course, they're gonna be together. So that's gonna be good because the young students, they're gonna get support from the older students, and that's why we have those workshop days, because we kind of promote and force an interaction between them.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. And the support days on Fridays are really, really good because it's kind of a one-on-one support. Okay. So it's not, because we have students in different classes in uh, different time of start. They are in the same unit, but they're in different time. The trainer can go like one-on-one and not just a lecture class, and not just like we go over the assessments, but basically they have this one-on-one support with them. We also have an extra support online because we have domestic students studying with us. So we have one day that one of the trainers, one night that one of the trainers has extra support. So students who want to, hey, you know what, I'm behind an assessment, will miss that class, they can actually join a online support session with the trainer and ask them questions, like a one-on-one support as well.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, my question was more related to but you clarified this. They will join in the middle of a unit and then they don't have the previous knowledge. But that's
no. Yeah, no. That's no. I won't let the students to have the same pain I had in the past.
Yeah, because it can be very overwhelming.
Yes, it can
I've
be
been that
very,
too.
very overwhelming. Yes,
Yeah.
even project management. Like project management is a course that is a big, for those who are Brazilian, gonna call Coringa. That is a lot of. We have students from different areas. We have engineers, we have architects, but we also have personal trainers. We have nutritionists. We have a lot of students from different areas studying project management. Because in my opinion, it's a course that you can apply in anything in your life. If you want to build a house, if you want to move a house, anything is a project. You have a start date, end date. You can break down in different deliverables, in different tasks, and so on, and you can manage that really, really good. Even that I mean, a student can never have you can never start doing managed project integration without managing scope first, right? You need to learn how to manage scope. Even that, we do have a session for those students who are learning, so they're not going to start in that unit specific. They're going to start in they're going to build up the knowledge before they jump in that unit. Okay, so we try to accommodate, because a college for international students, okay, that runs every year, every month intake, not rolling intake. Whereas we need to give the opportunity for the agents and the students to start during the whole year. It is a big challenge for us. It's much easier if we were a TAFE. Now we have a start date here, and that's it. But at the same time, it's not fair with a lot of students, a lot of agents. So we found a way that, one, students are not going to miss any information. They're not going to require to learn more. They're not going to feel overwhelming to be starting a specific time frame. So we cover that out with extra support, extra teaching, or just put them a break between units. So they're not starting a hard unit, they're starting always in an easy unit. So we try to, it's a difficult decision, but we found a really good way to find a solution for that.
From me, this is it.
Awesome. Guys,
Thank you.
we're gonna share this with you. You can send over to your team, okay? And again, if you have any questions, if your students have questions, more than welcome to come here. More than welcome to talk to me. If they have any technical